Carl Jung, we only learn things through pain. We can only transform through suffering. Pain is the teacher. Bliss, you don't grow. Pain enforces growth. It's the only door to grow.
Pain. Pain says, if one would teach, he must first get the student's attention. I am an excellent attention getter. I am deep. If you would not fear me, be deep like me. I come from the center. A point is my sign.
If you not fear me, be deep like me, says Pain.
Stab from me is the cosmic goad. If you would not fear me, live each present moment with the same intensity that you experience me. I am the great purifier. Only the essential can endure me. All else is burnt away. I am the great valuer. All values come from me and my partner, death. I am the gateway to the mysteries. An image of me is your highest concept of the sacred. I am the quintessential now. I lie in ambush for those who would miss their daily dose of life. This elixir, unconsumed, accumulates and overspills its little vial, raining its concentrated torrent on the negligent soul. I am the angel of annunciation for the awesome now. Time is a gliding serpent, bearing precious jewels upon its back, each jewel a present moment. And that's from here's the credit for that.
If you were to know me or embrace me, says Pain, or overcome me, live each moment with the intensity that you experience me. Pain is the great teacher. Wow. That is so fucking profound. That's so profound. Think about if you didn't have pain in your life. You would just literally drift off into oblivion because nothing enforces you to be present, to grow, to know. Pain is the only teacher. This is so profound.
Words formed themselves within a patient of Dr. Edward Edinger in the aftermath of an experience of intense pain. And it's found in Encounter with the Self by Edward Edinger, published by Inner City Books, A Labor of Love of Dr. Darrell Sharp, page 32. And so by pain, we sometimes mean a loss or a defeat of some kind.
How could you ever, have gratitude or be grateful for what you have? Or even we take everything for granted until we lose something. You can't know the value of life without loss. You can't know the value of pleasure and understanding and success without pain. You can't know the value of health without suffering. Contrast is everything. Carl Jung's entire work is about contrast, the shadow, and understanding the shit people don't like to conceive. You see, whatever gives us pain, our addictions, our problems, our losses, our suffering, our weakness, our shadow, our darkness, right? We hate to look, right? We avoid pain and seek pleasure. This is why you're Pavlov's bitch. This is why you can't change and will forever be lost in darkness and, I guess, misery and suffering, because you don't understand pain and the darkness for what it is. Darkness is the key to all. Understand, comprehend, and observe contrast. Contrast is the key. Fuck dogma. Fuck all of this dark symbolism and all this fear around certain teachings, around certain symbols, around certain figures and archetypes. Anything you fear controls you. Be fearless, but understand and know the reason, and that fear it is, feel it, but know its teaching, seek its teaching. Most people never receive the teaching of the pain, of the darkness, because they are in constant resistance to it. This is the truth, my friends.
And Dr. James Hillman once quipped, can't we find a defeat in here somewhere? Because I just happen to be also going through the Bible today, and I found a couple of things that are relevant to this issue of pain. Today I'm reading from the New American Bible. This is a Bible that's used in the Catholic Church, and this does not appear apparently in Protestant Bibles. And I just checked my King James Version, and sure enough, it's not there. So, but let me read these short verses to you because they're relevant to this.
To all who don't know, Carl Jung is a modern prophet. Carl Jung translated the ancient symbolism and mystery teachings into this narrative called psychology and depth analysis, right? He took away all this like esoteric, relationship to the knowledge, right? And translated it into modern terms so that you can comprehend yourself. The ancients looked at symbolism and understood, but our language, our spells have tied our minds into knots. So Carl Jung did the great work of translating the vast unknown God and your process to actualization into words. This is true art.
One is, so I'm reading from the book Wisdom of Ben Sira from Ecclesiastic, and it's also called Ecclesiasticus, and chapter 2. Trust in God. Now, as you listen to this, think in terms of God being the self, the God image, as Dr. Jung speaks of it. So imagine this as your own God image. And so when the Lord is referred to,
you are God becoming aware of itself. You are God becoming aware of itself, right? God didn't create man to rule over man. God created man to become God's brother, right? How to know God, how to understand yourself, how to rise above this earthly duality, this prism, the prison, is through your relationship to your center, your source, your core, my friends. God is an emanation within you. You must seek to observe and understand where your divine self is coming from, emanating from, and your lowest self, because all of those are God. And God can only know himself by understanding his contrast. Do you see the depth of this teaching?
here, what is referred to is the God image that is within you, the self. My child, when you come to serve the Lord, prepare yourself for trials. Be sincere of heart and steadfast, and do not be impetuous in time of adversity. Cling to him, do not leave him, that you may prosper in your last days.
How do you purify metal? How do you shape metal into a perfected form? Through the furnace of fire. My friends, if you are growing, you are in the furnace of affliction. God God's chosen, the children of the Most High, are chastised. Your trials, your tribulations, the greater these are, the greater your soul. It goes hand in hand, the shadow and the light. My friends, if you are on the path to the kingdom, right? Put on strength, O Israel. Put on strength and gird up your loins, right? And fear not. Because the path is a hard one. In fact, it is tremendously difficult. And the thing that separates the perfected and past, the final gates, the final gatekeepers, the quality that distinguished the Buddha, Jesus, all these guys, is courage. Courage and fortitude. Courage unlocks the highest levels of illumination, because it is the courage to face the deepest levels of darkness. And my friends, it is to face darkness, to face pain, to face loss, right? And not lose yourself in that feeling, but observe it and understand that that is still part of the whole journey, and it holds a sacred teaching. It holds sacred knowledge for you and is there for a reason. My friends, the greatest sages would not reject their darkest hours, and those who reached the highest levels went through the most shit. Wrap your mind around this contrast, because those who are fully illuminated are those who fully saw, battled, warred against, and slayed, like the devil, Satan. They had the strongest shadow, right? The face of the prince is on the backside of the face of the beast. They go hand in hand.
Accept whatever happens to you in periods of humiliation. Be patient. For in fire gold is tested, and the chosen in the crucible of humiliation. Trust.
Those who are humiliated will see the kingdom. Those who are persecuted will see the kingdom. It's so funny, we got 2.89 billion Christians out here that claim to follow Jesus. But those who strive, the stranger, will know the kingdom, my friends. Be persecuted, be humiliated. Take your trials with a broad perspective and understanding, and rise. Rise. God damn. This whole new age spirituality, and in fact, most any person I listen to on YouTube is still a slave, a bitch to duality. This is the true path, my friends. Welcome to Immortal Truth. This is the real shit for the chosen ones.
In God, and He will help you. Make your ways straight and hope in Him. You that fear the Lord, wait for His mercy. Do not stray, lest you fall. You that fear the Lord, trust in Him, and your reward will not be lost. You that fear the Lord, hope for good things, for lasting joy and mercy.
Pain is the teacher. Your pain, the level of your trauma and suffering, the size of your darkness, and the height of your tribulation will equal the light in which you attain. Don't be a slave to duality. See and understand the true teachings. This is Immortal Truth. Drop a comment. Let me know if you want to do a Skype call to drop into the deepest truths of everything. And we'll throw it up on this channel. Links in the description. Shoot me emails. Do that whole thing. And yeah, we're bringing that straight divine gnosis over and over and over. I'm the Hierophant. Peace.